Okay, so we left off, let's just recap. Um, so over here, let's see, there we go. So right here we have, on this top part, we have the first 5 bars of a blues in B flat. Here's the 1, 4, back to the 1, and then the 2, 5, 4. Okay, and we're talking about how we can apply the minor 6 diminished scales over a B flat blues, right? And we're looking at two rules. I'm sorry. We're looking at 2 rules. So whenever there's a dominant 7 chord, there's 2 rules, right? If you want to get a diatonic sound, you would use the minor 6th that's built on the 5th of the chord that they give you, right? So the 5th of B flat is F, so we build a minor 6 on F, and that's what we have down here in this line. And we went and we just, did all this together. Okay. So, what I said here we have an exception. What I said is we wanted actually the altered sound, right? So we build the minor 6th on the flat 2 of the dominant 7, right? The flat 2 would be C flat, or we're just going to call it B minor 6 to make things easier. So let's see. Let me go to number 4 here. Okay. I get my pen. All right. So, and then one thing we're going to do is we're going to say something else, right? We're going to say, all right, let's scoot this one over a little bit. And let's say when we get to this measure, we're going to play a B flat 7. Right? Some inversion of a B flat 7, maybe even the flat 5. I actually like the flat 5 sound. Okay. Flat 5 sounds kind of funky. So this would be, I'm sorry, this would actually be, yep, no, we're good. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. That's where we left off. So let's switch back here to the camera. All right. So we talked about this idea of enclosure, right? And let's say our target note is F. Enclosure would be a note below it, a note above it, and then landing on F, right? So if here's my if this is my target note, right? This middle one right here, I'd go 1 before the note, then the other note in front of it, and then boom. Or I can go the note in front of it, the note behind it, and then there. So if I'm on F, I could do 2, right? So I do 2 leading tone 1. I could do it backwards, so loop, right? I'm targeting that note. I'm enclosing it, right? And so what that looks like with a minor 6 chord scale is that, well, it'd be 2 diminished. Thank you. Right? If I do it backwards. Okay, now the F that I'm targeting, the F chord that I'm targeting, is with the root and the bass. I could do the same thing, any inversion of that F. So here is my 6, right? So the enclosure would be the sharp 5 below it, the leading tone in front of it, and then do do do. I could do that backwards. So do 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 do. Right? Okay. So here we go. Backwards. Okay. I could do that with the 5. So here's my F minor 6 with the 5 in the bottom. Right? The note above it would be sharp 5, C sharp. The note below it would be B flat, the 4. So I could do or backwards. And if I put chords on there, or If I play it on this part of the neck, this finger has to, it's an open string. It would be, what is that? Open G. You could play it up here. I could play it on the top 4 strings. Right, that might be a little bit easier. So here's my C. So here's the. Let's get this down a little bit. Oh. Haha. One more time. If I do that backwards, it'd be the 4. Another place I can do this would be with the inversion with the 3. Right, so here it is. Right, so here's my target note. The note below it would be the 2 G, and above it would be the 4 B flat. So do 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 backwards, do 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 with chords. Right? And these are all just one idea of the different ways that you can play this F minor 6 over the B flat 7. Right? And then you can take this idea and apply it to your B flat minor 6. Right? So let's just see how some of these ideas apply. Right? We don't always have to do enclosure. We don't always have to move. We could just kind of, stay strumming on one. Right? Variety. So let's go back to this F minor 6 with the root and the bass. Right, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. So that was the first 3 bars of a B flat blues, right? B flat jazz blues. Right, I did F minor 6, root and the bass. I went to B flat minor 6 with the 5 in the bass because this is one of the closest inversions that I have. Right, instead of doing that, you can. Nothing wrong with that. I was just being a little efficient. And then back to B, to F minor 6. Now let's look at all the different places on the neck that we can do that, right? So here's F, we already did it. Let's try it with the 6 in the bass. F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Now I need to go to bar 2, which is B flat minor 6. Well, it turns out that the 3 is the closest one. Or another option would be to go up to the 5 for B minor 6 and then back to F minor 6. There we go. Alright, we'll talk about that last chord in just a second. So here's F minor 6 to B flat minor 6, go back to F minor 6. Let me try going to the 5 of B flat, F to the 3 of B flat. I could do it here to the 5 of B flat, F minor 6, to the 6 of B flat. F minor 6, B flat, minor 6 with the 6 in bass. Okay, so that's 2 places on the neck that you can go between F minor 6 and B flat minor 6. Right, really what we're playing is B flat minor 6. I'm sorry, we're playing B flat 7 and E flat 7. So in context, it sounds like this. Right? This just sounds like, this kind of sounds like its own tonic. So we add the root, the B flat, right? That's given to us by the music. We get a different sound. Now what about? Much different, right? Doesn't sound so gypsy jazz. What about here? Here's my F minor 6. Not too bad, right? And then let's go to the B flat minor 6. Back to. So once we hear it in reference with the root, the B flat 7 root, it takes on a different life. Okay. Let's explore different places that we can play B flat to E flat 7. So here's explore different places to play F minor 6 to B flat minor 6. So here's F minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. Now, if I'm trying to find the closest B flat, I can go to the 6 in the bass for B flat minor 6. Oops. What if I go up to the root of B flat minor 6? Back down. Let me go to the root of F. Say 6. Again, 6 of the B flat minor 6. Let me go to the 5. Okay, F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Okay, so that's 3 different places on the neck, right? Now, if you're playing those and these are just drop 2s. So if you're playing those drop 2s on strings 1 through 4, chord shapes look different, right? They'll sound the same, they'll just look different. And you can play drop 2s in 3 different string sets: 1 through 4, 2 through 5, 3 through 6. So there's a lot of room to explore. Okay, there's one last place that we can play this, one last inversion, and that's with the 5 of F minor 6. Okay, so if this is my 5 of F minor 6, and I got to go to a B flat minor 6, I can go to the root, or I can go up to the 3, right? And we played it down here when we did F minor 6 with the 6. Now we can do F minor 6 with the 5 to B flat minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. How about the root in the bass? Let me go down. F minor 6 with the 3 in the bass, B flat minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Same thing, but I'm going to go to the root of B flat minor 6. I'm going to go down to F minor 6 with the root in the bass. Now B flat minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. B flat minor 6 with the 5 in the bass. One more time. Okay, I'm going to go down. F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Right? Now B flat with the 5 in the bass. Okay, B flat with the 3 in the bass. 2. Cool, all that stuff. All right. So because there's 4 different inversions in these drop 2 chords, I'm considering root an inversion. So there's 4 different voicings, you could say, of a drop 2. There's 4 different places on the neck that you can play this. All right. And then from that F minor 6, you can go up to a B flat 6 chord, minor 6 chord, or you can go down. And we haven't even talked about adding in the diminished chords that come along with these minor 6 scales. All we're doing right now is we're just playing the chord, right? No, none of the tension part, just the chord. Okay, and that's just the first 2 bars. All right. Another movement that we could do is the tritone, right? Because anytime you have a 7, you can do a tritone. Or anytime you're resolving, you could do a tritone. So B flat 7 to E flat 7, right? What we could do is the tritone would be kind of like we talked about here. Let's go over to the sheet here. Kind of like what we did here, right? This we got from this rule, right? It's the dominant 7 built on the flat 2 of the chord that they give you, right? Which is this one. All right, so let's clean this up. So this is actually the same chord. No, wait. It's more implied, right? Because what is the 5 of E flat 7? Or the 5 of E flat is B flat, right? So technically this is like a 5 chord kind of going into this one, you know? So we can say that the flat 2 of the 5 would be B. So we can slide a B minor 6 in here. And see what that sounds like. Right. So here's my F minor 6. Here's my B6. Again, here's F. So really, because these are a half step apart, these right here, the inversions are going to be a half step apart. Wait, what? All right, let's see what that means. So here's my F minor 6 chord. Right? Here's my B minor 6, right? With the 5 F sharp in the bass. Here's my B flat minor 6 with the 5 in the bass. They're half step apart. Right? I could do the same thing here. I could do the same thing here. All right, let's take a little bit of a deeper look into that. So B minor 6 with the 5 in the bass, B flat minor 6 with the 5 in the bass. Okay. B minor 6 with the 6 in the bass, B flat minor 6 with the 6 in the bass, B minor 6 with the root in the bass, B flat minor 6 with the root in the bass, and then here we have B minor 6 with the 3 in the bass, B flat minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. So it's just a half step slide, right? And we kind of see this when we're playing, we're just chunking along a chord. Right, here's the E7 to an E flat 7, right, with the 9. Right? Now, for the longest time, I thought that was cheating. Like, oh, it's just a half step approach, right? And it's super easy on guitar because the guitar does the heavy lifting. Try doing it on that piano. It's not that easy, right? You have to compensate for the black keys. So it's actually more effort, you can say, than just same shape and moving your hand down, right? And I think this is why some classical musicians don't really like guitar, because it's pretty easy. But the theory behind it isn't, right? And I think it's taken us a couple hundred years to kind of figure that out. All right, so you can approach any, let's say, chord by the tritone, right? You can approach a chord by the 5, right? By its 5. You can approach it by its tritone. And that's why we're sneaking B6 here. And that's also why, if we go back to the sheet, that's also why we're sneaking B6 into here, right? Again, we have that same motion. Here's B flat or B minor 6 to a B flat minor 6, a half step apart. So everything that we just discovered here, we're going to use it again here, right? All right. If we wanted to, if we wanted more variety, we could approach this, right? So the tritone, or the B5, so the tritone would be like B. Would it be B? No. Tritone would be, it'd be E. It'd be an E minor 6. Okay. So already it's getting kind of like we're only 3 bars in, and like there's a lot of flavor here. Sorry, let's go back. Let's find out what this sounds like. I've never tried this. Theoretically, it should work. All right, so we're like, let's just do. Actually, it wouldn't be E. It would be. I'm breaking my own rules here. It would be F sharp. Right, because it's a flat 2. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if this sounds right. We'll find out. So here's my first bar. Okay, it could work. Okay, cool. Got some. That'll work, right? Now it's up to you to go out and find all those inversions and all those different places. But really, it's just a half step approach, right? So if you know where F is, right, you know how to get there. Right? Here's another F with 3 in the bottom. Half step approach from above. Okay. Here's an F with the 6 in the bottom. Again, F minor 6. Half step approach from above. Right? And also half step approach from below works really cool too. Right? That's pretty cool. All right, so now we got all these like flavors that we can play with. Here's a C. This is F minor 6 with the 5 in the bottom. So a half step approach from above or below. Right, just remember you gotta compensate. That's an open string on the G. Okay. So really, if I were like on stage, I would not be thinking, well, the tritone of this and that is such and such. So, boom, the change already happened. I'm still thinking, right? I would just think half step above or half step below. That's a lot faster. I can access that a lot faster. All right, cool. So now, really quick, let's talk about a B flat dominant. So this is B flat dominant drop 2s, and these are the inversions, right? So here's B flat. So I got B flat in the bottom, so root in the bass. This is 3 in the bass, and my notes are. One more time. Okay, this is first inversion, or 3rd in the bass. Here is 2nd inversion, or 5th in the bass, and my notes are. And then I have 3rd inversion with the 7 in the bass, flat 7. And my notes are. Okay. So you're going to want to work that out. Hey, it's been a while. Cool. And you can also make this a diminished chord, or a diminished chord scale. Here's a 5, sharp 5. This is the flat 7 on the bass, leading tone with a diminished chord built on top of it, and then so it'd be B flat, C, D, E flat, F, F sharp, A flat, A, B flat. Those are the notes, and then you just build diminished chords off of the 2, 4, sharp 5, and leading tone. Okay, and that's something you're gonna want to go and like explore. Spend some time on that, but we're speeding things up. All right, now I can. One of the alterations that you could do on a dominant chord is you can flat the 5. So once you figure out that, you can just flat the 5. So just move your 5. Right? I know I'm going a little fast, but I'm getting somewhere. And then, whoa, there we go. And then we're back to the root. So a dominant with a flat 5 is a symmetrical, we can say chord shape, just like the diminished. So the diminished, doesn't matter where you put it, you can move it a third up and it's the same shape. Right? Well, this has a different kind of symmetry, but a symmetry nonetheless. So here's my shape for the dominant 7 with the flat 5, root in the bass. Here is the same shape built on the flat 5, right? Okay, here's the shape for the dominant flat 5 built on the 3. Same shape for the dominant flat 5 built on the 7. So really there's just 2 shapes. Hey, come on now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to speed things along. You're going to want to examine those. Oh, and then you can also make that a diminished scale, right? So here's your root, diminished 2, 3, diminished 4, flat 5 with the 5 in the bass, sharp 5 with the diminished, flat 5 with the 7 in the bass, leading tone diminished, and then root with the flat 5 with the root in Man, it's been a while since I've done these. Okay, so, and then guess what? There's 2 other places you can play drop to, so you have to explore those 2. All right, do that in your own time. The reason I'm telling you this is because we're going to use a B flat 7, flat 5 over bar 4 of the blues. So what we're doing, so bar 4, let's take a quick look over there. Bar 4 here, it's a 2-5 going into E flat, right? So F is the 2, B flat is the 5, E flat is the 1, right? But we're going a 2-5-4 really, right? We're kind of going into 4, and then in bar 6, 7, 8 we come back to the 1, right? So this is a brief tonicization. We're ignoring this altogether, right? Because there's some other cool stuff we could do, right? If we look at an E flat scale really quick, we find that all the chord tones in F minor 7 and all the chord tones in B flat 7, they're all diatonic, right? So I can play B flat 7 and I'm still in an E flat scale. I could play F minor 7 and I'm still in the structure of an E flat scale. So because of that, what I'm suggesting for now is that we just play the 5. We're going to ignore the 2 for now, right? You could play the 2 if you want, right? But for now we're ignoring it. We're just going to go straight to the 5. But guess what? We're going to flat the 5 of the 5 chord. Okay. Then we're going to have an altered sound getting us into this E flat 7, right? And it's just going to be a half step above the minor 6 chord here. Okay. So let's come back. Let's take a look at what that sounds like. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna start from bar 3. 1, 2, 2, 2, and then my B flat. All right, so let's try that one more time. So here's bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I can play that better. One more time. I'm just starting in root position F minor 6 because that's bar 3. 3, 4. Here's my F, or here's my B flat flat 5, right? And then here's my B minor 6 with the 5 in the bass. Now, why did I choose those inversions? Because they're right there. I don't have to move up or down the neck. They're right there. So here we go. I started here, so the next voicings are going to be in this range. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. That's around this voicing, right? Because I started with bar 3. So what if I start my F minor 6 with the 6 on the bass? All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Again. So again, here's my F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. I hit this B flat 7 with the flat 5. And then I go B minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. And then I half step down to the B flat minor 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Where's another place I can play this? So I started on the 6. Let me start on the 5. Here we go. So here's my F minor 6. Right? Here's a B flat with the flat 5. Here's a B minor 6. Here's a B flat. Again, I'm just picking the voicings that are right there. Not going up, not going down. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. So. Snap. 2, again, go. 1, 2, Alright, there's my E flat reference. Oops. Alright. Alright. Another place I could play this is I could start F minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. And this is why you're going to want to know all these voicings, like what the shapes are like when you have a 3, a 5, a 6, or a root in the bass. Not just for the minor 6s, but also for the major 6s. Okay. So here's my F minor 6 with the 3 in the bass. Right? And now I need a B flat 7 with the flat 5. This is the inversion of B flat 7 with the dominant 7 in the bass. And then I can grab a B minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. And guess what that sound is? Yeah, you hear freaking Joe Pass do this. You hear freaking Kenny Burrell do this stuff, right? And that would be the same voicings, but it's a little bit easier to play those on strings 1 through 4. Okay, so here's my F minor 6. Let's start that one again. 3 in the bass. I go to a B flat 7 because I'm playing the 5 that's in bar 4, and my 5 is flat on this B flat 7. And then I do B minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Okay. So let's try it. That's just 5 measures, right? And we covered a lot of material at just those 5 measures, right? A blues is 12 measures long. So imagine this times like 2 more times. That's how long, right? All right. Let's try this out. We'll start from the beginning. 1, 2. I'm not going to do any diminished. I'm just going to talk about what we covered. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, my thinking behind that is like, all right, if I'm gonna start here, let me try and stick around here, right? And I'm just getting used to the voicings that are available in this tune, in this area of the neck. One more time. 1, 2. Okay. Let me see if I could just add one diminished in there between bars 2 and 3. See what that sounds like. Okay, cool. Let me try doing that in a different spot. So I'm starting bar 1 with the 3 in the bass. F minor 6 with 3 in the bass. Ah! One more time. All right. So you get the idea. You just got to get the fingers going, right? Let's try doing this with, we're going to start F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. Oh man, I kind of blew that one. Okay, one more time. F minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. 2, 3, 4. All right. That's the idea. And then it's going to be a pain in the ass up here with the F minor 6 with the 5 in the bass. Not too bad. You can always play that inversion up on strings 1 through 4. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look over. I forgot my inversions on there for the flat 5. So let's see. Here's a. There we go. Okay, so if I'm 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then B. Okay, 1. Something like that. So that's just to start off with, right? Just to help get you more familiar, right? Applying these minor 6 chords and inversions to a tune, right? We have not talked about the diminished parts of the minor 6 chord scale, right? And we can use that as approaches. So earlier I talked about doing an enclosure kind of approach. Maybe like 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right. So experiment with that, right? Maybe you don't have to approach it. Maybe you could do like, here's my. Right? So you want to get more comfortable with these chord scales, but you want to start applying them musically too. And that's what this idea is. So I suggest start off just the 6 chords, not the diminished. Make sure those are in good shape. And then once you do that, Start experimenting with those diminished enclosures, or just plain old, like, here's my bar 1, 1, 2, 3, right? Or you can go up the scale, right? Right? That's not bad, if you did that for a chorus or two, right? And then you switched it up. Hey, now you got something to say, right? And all of this comes out of just this one idea, minor 6 diminished, and all the cool stuff that comes with those chord scales. All right, so give that a shot. Let me know what you think, and then we'll meet again next week.